What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun, and joining me, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. Ciara Lawler.
Hello, everyone. That was a very normal introduction. I don't know what to do with that. Normally you throw something weird at me.
Yeah, but you always seem like you're annoyed by that, so I thought I'd just do it just down the line, just boring, you know?
You're just going to be nice.
Yeah. Conor, let's be professional about this, please. Let's just do a regular show.
Are we going to be professional today?
Yeah, this is... Oh. Well, we were, until all of this bit happened.
I didn't know.
I should have told you about the bit, actually.
You should have scripted the bit. It's about the professionalism. Then I would have known to improv.
Well, you can improv telling people what Hero or Zero is all about.
This isn't your first rodeo. Hero or Zero is the show where we choose one comic book character every single week. We talk to good points and their bad points. And we generally just give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. Now, I normally choose DC characters. Shaun normally chooses Marvel characters, and last week, Shaun, I covered one of the worst DC characters ever created, the Badger. So I'm interested to know where you go from that.
Well, I got to thinking because you introduced the Badger to me as DC's Moon Knight.
Yes.
Right? So I thought, what Marvel versions are there of DC characters?
Oh.
And so I'm not going to tell you straight out, but I want you to stop me when you think you know who it is, Conor.
Batman.
Stop it.
Splash.
So, the character I am covering today is a Marvel character called Hyperion.
Hyperion. Let's get everyone just huddle in. We're going to huddle in here now. What DC character?
Get the brain trust together there.
Okay. I'm going to guess. I've had a chat with them. They've kind of all, to be honest with you, all the suggestions were fucking shit from everyone else. They're fools, idiots, right?
Okay, those are our listeners you're talking about, but that's fine.
It's a made up bitch shot.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to say Green Lantern.
No, is the answer
so
to that.
Close.
Look, I'll give you the first line, Conor.
Okay.
The super being that would become known as Hyperion came to Earth as a baby.
Okay.
Sent as the only survivor of a race of Eternals from a dying world.
Yeah, Hawkeye,
the Marvel character Hawkeye.
No, I meant Hawkman's eye.
No. Okay. No, it's Superman. It's Superman.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that DC character. Is he DC?
He's DC. He's kind of new. You might not have heard a whole lot about him.
That's fair enough.
There's a Brandon Routh movie with him. That's pretty good.
I think I'll really like. Why is he returning? From where?
From whence is he gone? So Hyperion is basically Marvel's Superman. And he's quite interesting. I have a bit of his backstory and then one main story that he's in, and then we'll get on to powers and stuff.
Okay.
So he was found by a human man who raised him under the name of Marcus Milton, teaching him the morals of society. One thing that he instilled in Hyperion is that this thing, and this kind of is always repeated by Hyperion, is truth without compromise, thought without error, all things for the betterment of the whole. So he raised him to be a very, very good boy, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Now, as an adult, he became the superhero known as Hyperion and protected the world alongside a team of superhumans known as the Squadron Supreme.
Good name. That's a strong name for a team.
It is. For just as a by the by, some of the members of the Squadron Supreme, you have Nighthawk, Warrior Woman, Blur, and Dr. Spectrum.
I mean, good names, I suppose. Dr. Spectrum, not great, but...
No, but he does his best,
He tries.
And then there was an event in Marvel Comics leading up to an event called Secret Wars, and it was all about incursions, and it happened when two universes would collide together. Either one universe would destroy the other, or both would be destroyed in unison. So one day this happened to Hyperion's universe. He's not from Earth 616.
Oh, okay.
So his universe and another started colliding. He tried to prevent the destruction of his reality to the point that he was physically holding the two universes apart at one point. Yeah, and he managed that for about 5 minutes.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's insane. Unfortunately, both of the universes collided, and he was left in an empty void as the only survivor of his universe in absolute nothingness.
Oh, shit. Okay, so this is going to go two ways. And you're saying he's a hero?
He's a hero. He is a hero.
Oh, okay. You could have. That's a great villain origin story. Just
driven mad by centuries alone. Yeah.
By himself, and he looks. You just do the Homelander origin of like he looks like the best hero ever, but in his head he's just psychotic.
Well, like he's not as Boy Scout as Superman is a lot of the time. I'll say it to you. Very brief. So, scientists from AIM, who are a big science group in the comics, they were experimenting with multiversal travel, and they managed to pull him into their reality, into Earth 616.
Okay, which is the main Earth in
mainline Marvel Comics universe. He spent most of his time in captivity. AIM had like dampeners on him, and he was eventually freed by the Avengers, who offered him a place in their ranks.
I mean, he could hold two universes apart for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And so he was like, grand, I'll help out. But the incursions were still happening. And next up was Earth 616, colliding with the Earth, I forget what number it is, but it's the one that Miles Morales and Kamala Khan are from.
Oh, is it Earth 818?
Something like that, yeah.
I've just completely guessed that, by the way, so...
You said it with confidence.
I said it with the confidence of a man who knew what the fuck he was talking about. That's all that matters.
I respect it. So they were about to collide together, right? And so the Illuminati had this big meeting about what to do. Namor, the Submariner, he was like, well, why don't we just destroy the other universe and ours will be fine? And
Classic Namor.
Classic Namor. Everyone else was against this, right? So Namor started this group called the Cabal, and they had a spaceship that could travel multiverses, and he went around collecting people to help him blow up other universes so that Earth 616 could survive.
Namor
gets shit done. Yeah, like it's a bad plan. People are against it, right? Eventually, the Earth does get destroyed. A few stragglers from each universe survive, and they go into a whole thing with it's called Battle World with Doctor Doom. Not going to touch on that here. Suffice to say, Earth 616 comes back into existence at the end of the story, and it's now all new, all different Marvel. That's what it was rebranded as.
And that's how they merged Miles Morales into the main Spider-Man universe, is because his universe collided with ours.
Exactly. So Miles Morales came from the Ultimates universe.
Yeah.
And so he was very popular, and so they brought him over. Same with Kamala Khan. Same thing happened with her. So Earth 616 comes back into existence along with Hyperion. A few months after these events, he leaves the Avengers and he joins the Squadron Supreme, because all the Squadron Supreme came over as well into the universe. His first mission with the Squadron Supreme was to punish Namor for his actions and the things he did as leader of the Cabal.
Not even just the Cabal, just his actions in general.
Well, actually, yeah, he had been just putting attacks on the surface world as well at this time.
Yeah.
Like, he's been an absolute bad dude.
Think of Aquaman, but a dickhead.
Yeah, that's Namor.
He's Aquaman mixed in with Reed Richards.
Yeah, he's like the worst parts of Reed Richards, and
that's
the best
all the
parts of Aquaman. Yeah, he's a dick. So during the fight, Hyperion picked up the city of Atlantis from the ocean, lifted it high into the air, and hurled it down, utterly destroying it.
Fucking hell.
Hyperion then decapitated Namor with his atomic vision.
What?
Yeah, just kills him.
So their plan to punish him is to watch Atlantis be absolutely just fucking destroyed and then decapitate him.
Pretty much, yeah. And look, it works, you know?
I mean, to be fair, he kind of had it coming.
And this is the thing, is that the public is now really, really split on the Squadron Supreme. Because they're like, that was a bad thing to do. But also, Namor needed to come to justice, like.
Yeah,
So,
we probably
like,
should have had him like gone to trial. Maybe some sort of justice rather than just destroy this man's neck.
Exactly, rather than straight murder the fella, maybe put him in jail for a little while.
Yeah.
And so this also, Hyperion started to catch flack from some of Namor's longtime allies. One of them being Jim Hammond, who's the original Human Torch that Namor fought with in the war. And also a little known fella called Steve Rogers wasn't too happy about this.
Well, Steve Rogers would be mostly like, that's the wrong way to go about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
he did fight with Namor in the war as well. He knows he can do good.
Yeah.
He was misled and stuff like this.
I think it's enough to just maybe throw him in jail. Maybe don't destroy Atlantis in front of him. Because are there people living in Atlantis at this point?
Oh, there's innocent Atlanteans.
Oh, he's
in
killed
there as well.
multiple
Yeah,
people.
Definitely.
Oh.
Funnily enough, everyone's more focused on the Namor thing. What
Poor
does that say?
Namor.
What did he ever do to anyone?
It's like 2 million people dead.
There's a
Poor
universe.
Namor.
Namor blew up a universe as well.
Yeah, but he's had a rough time of it now. Come on,
He's
now.
had it hard. So later, tormented by his violent actions.
Yeah.
So he feels bad about it.
Yeah. I mean, he still did it.
He still did it. He still absolutely did it. Hyperion decided to take some time to himself. So he didn't tell any of the rest of the Squadron Supreme where he was going. And he went to Lawton, Oklahoma. So he went to, like, the country. He entered into a diner and he met a trucker. And after having a brief talk about how lost he felt, Hyperion took the trucker's advice about how living on the roads could help him understand things. And what he does is he forms a secret identity and he just becomes a trucker for a while. He just travels around. No one knows who he is. No one knows what he can do. He just drives trucks and he thinks and he tries to sort his head out.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it how he has the secret identity after the superhero persona.
But, well, at that point he's going into hiding because he's done something real fucked up. But I like the idea that he's like, I'm just going to be a trucker and just completely normal. Is this the plot of Superman? Henry Cavill's first one?
I think it's quite similar to Man of Steel 2008, isn't it? Look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And like, he struggled with his identity. He struggled with his morals. Because remember, his dad raised him to be like this really good dude.
Was he thinking of that when he picked up the whole city and just destroyed all of those people?
He might have been. He might also not have been.
But he might have been like, Namor's a bit of a dick though, so I mean, this might be funny. Bit of a laugh.
Yeah. No one likes Namor, so I can do this. This'll be fine.
And he likes them. Who's that, a little child? Ha 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 ha.
He also started questioning his place on Earth, whether he actually belonged there. And he felt haunted by the fact that he murdered people because of the ideals of the team, of the Squadron Supreme, but he also feared falling into obscurity. So he liked being a hero, is the thing.
He likes being the hero, but he didn't like what being a hero made him become.
Yeah. And that's a tough thing for him to reconcile, because the Squadron Supreme, that was his team from another universe.
They're his boys.
They're his boys. They're his pals.
They're his La Familia, but they're doing bad shit, Shaun. And it's like, do you go along with the bad boys in the group?
Or do you stand up and be Bad Boys 3?
I know, I don't want to smoke. I don't think it looks cool.
So, while at a truck stop in Merkel, Nebraska, he was approached by a teenage girl named Doll, who was adamant that he would take her in his truck and just drive her. She was hitchhiking, basically. She was like, no, you have to be the one to take me. Reluctantly, he accepted to take her somewhere far from there. That's all she wanted to do. While Doll was asleep, Hyperion found a gun in her purse and threw it away, claiming he was no longer sure that violence was the only way to solve problems.
Right.
So, bit of growth on the character.
Oh.
In the middle of the road, he stopped by a broken down car to see if the driver needed any assistance. However, he was hit in the back of the head by a man that Doll recognised as Benny, an employee of the local county carnival. And this is the group that she was running from.
Okay.
So Hyperion grabs a tree branch and hits Benny in the back of the head, and they take off in the truck again. Doll explains to Hyperion, who's going by Mark at this time, that the people pursuing her were called the Family. A team of... La Familia.
La Familia.
And they were a team of individuals within the carnival that had special abilities. So the thing is that Doll is a mechanic, and she was being used by the Family to fix all their cars and their machines, but she kept trying to escape. She was a hostage, basically. Okay. So she finally got away, and now she's trying to get even further away. She did a bunch of research, and she knew, basically, that Mark was Hyperion. She had seen him at truck stops. She had seen the news clippings, and she put it all together, and she just figured out the secret identity.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Tim Draked the man.
She Tim Draked him. Okay, yeah. That's fair enough.
And so, as they were fleeing in the truck, Doll asked Hyperion to do something other than driving away. Mark, however, would keep denying this. He's like, I'm not a superhero, I'm just a truck driver. And Doll eventually started thinking, oh fuck, I might have got the wrong guy.
Yeah, she's now doubted herself.
Yeah. So when Connie, a contortionist from the carnival, grabbed Doll through the window of the truck, Hyperion used his atomic vision to save her, and they fled from the road, flying, thus revealing his identity as Hyperion to her.
Yeah.
After placing Doll in a safe place, he returned to where he last saw the carnies and attacked them by throwing a tractor through the window.
He's a big fan of throwing shit.
He loves a good throw.
Like, I just love just mindless, a big throw. Many people gonna die. I can't tell who. It's just a bit of violence.
Yeah, but like Hyperion he's overconfident because he just threw a tractor through the window. And it's like, I'll probably deal with whatever's inside. But
she said they're superpowered, Shaun.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And he was defeated by Worm Boy.
Fuck off, is he defeated by Worm Boy?
Lad, Worm Boy is the grossest fucking thing I've seen in a while.
Please explain to everyone, just in a sentence, what Worm Boy's power is.
He can create worms from his body and put them into any part of your body. To the point that he ties Hyperion up with worms and then puts worms through his eyes so that he can't use his laser vision, essentially.
What?
Worm Boy's pretty fucked up, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, lads. Oh, you've ruined everyone's day, Shaun.
I'm sorry.
Everyone's day.
You did ask for it, Conor. You did ask for it.
Worm Boy.
So,
Lord.
He was put into the haunted house as a hostage. Now, the haunted house in the carnival contained an alien that was able to give powers to the carnies, right? And they then send Doll in, being like, you're going to get powers and you're going to be one of us forever. You're never going to be allowed to leave. And so this alien tries to change Doll, but Doll, for a minute, sees into the alien's mind and realises that it's being kept hostage by the Family as well. And they're using this to basically give people powers, turn them into quote-unquote freaks so that they can't go anywhere else. And so Doll is like, listen, if you don't try and change me, I'll get you out of here and I'll let you free. And so Alien's like, class. And so Worm Boy sees this happening and he's like, oh no, I'm going to tie you up with worms. And so he takes the worms off Hyperion and puts them on Doll.
Because he only has a set amount of worms.
He only has a set amount of worms that he can excrete at any one time.
Oh, God.
No, it's the limitations of Worm Boy. It's very key to the Marvel Universe.
Someone shotgun him in the face.
And then, so the worms are taken off Hyperion, and so his eyes heal, because he has a healing factor. And he shoots his atomic vision into the mirrors that are all around the haunted house. And basically blasts Worm Boy. He then flees with Doll while they free the alien that gives people powers.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's some of the story. Later on, Iron Man visits Hyperion and Doll in the motel that they're staying in.
Wormboy would fuck up Iron Man.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
In an actual heartbeat. And so Iron Man shows up and he's like, hey, I heard reports of a superpowered, basically human atomic bomb flying around here. You need to answer for the fact that you cut Namor's head off.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
And so
Tony
Hyperion
Stark is very good at making other people pay for mistakes when he's like, my mistakes are grand, lads.
I will never take any responsibility myself, but you
should sign some accords.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
And so Hyperion is like, no, listen, I'm not going to do that. I'm doing my own thing. I'm trying to protect this girl. Because he realises that the boss of the family, who's called Junior, is still coming after her.
Okay.
And so Hyperion is like, Iron Man, you get her out of here. I'm going to go fight this fucking army. Because there's a load of people coming together.
Oh, shit.
Someone who turns up then.
So obsessed with her.
Oh, she is Junior's daughter, it turns out.
There we go. Okay.
And he's all about family, Conor.
Is this Vin Diesel?
It could be Vin Diesel, you know.
I think it might be Vin Diesel.
I think could only be Vin Diesel at this point. And so they meet up, they fight. Hyperion wrecks shop, right? He destroys the army, and then he even throws Junior's body into space, so that even if he survived, he wouldn't be a threat anymore.
What? Oh, shit. You know it's bad when you're throwing people into space.
Yeah, that's how you know you're kind of on the line of being a good guy or not.
He's big into throwing shit. He's just always throwing things.
Well, if you were as strong as he was, you'd probably throw things quite a bit.
I think if you had the laser eyes, you would just constantly use laser eyes.
He does use laser eyes a lot, to be fair.
I don't think Superman should use anything else.
It's the most effective power. Laser eyes and freeze breath. That's all you'll ever need.
Stand there. Just literally stand there. Just look at them and then just burn them to death. And then you're done.
So we're actually going on to powers and abilities now.
Okay.
And so Hyperion's physiology is common among the Eternals. Now, Conor, my question to you.
Hang on.
What are the Eternals?
Oh, Shaun, you've turned this on me.
Oh,
the Eternals
are, it feels good.
They're a group of people that include Richard Madden and Chloe Zhao directed the movie last year.
Yeah.
And they're basically gods that came to Earth to protect Earth and protect all the humans. And they're like centuries old. And they're pretty good. And the movie's not very good. And also one of them is a fast child who's a bit of a dickhead. And another one is Druig, who's a bit of a ledge.
Bit of a Irish legend in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's the movie version. It strikes me that question, what are the Eternals, still stands in the comics because they're just as weird as ever in the comics.
Yeah, of course.
But basically, they're just mad, super-powered alien people.
Well, is he an Eternal?
He's an Eternal, yeah. He's the last surviving member of a specific branch of Eternals on one planet.
Fuck, so he's like super powerful then.
Oh, yeah. So his body collects cosmic radiation from the yellow sun and operates a process similar to nuclear fusion, giving him various superhuman abilities, such as superhuman strength, being able to lift 75 to 100 tons, confront a Hulk blow for blow until the Hulk reverted back to human form.
Jesus.
And also, let's not forget, lift the entire city of Atlantis out of the water and fly high into the air with it.
I think if you're lifted a city, then that's a level of strength that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. He can also run, move and react at speeds that are far beyond the capabilities of humans. He can move faster than lightning.
How did he ever get caught by Wormboy?
Because he was trying to be a regular trucker man at that point.
Okay, cool.
It fluctuates wildly.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's comic books.
He has the ability to levitate himself and fly through the air at tremendous speeds, at over 61 miles per second. Once in space, he is capable of reaching light speed. Superhuman stamina. So he does not produce fatigue toxins. He can exert himself physically at peak capacity for several days. And his ability to convert solar photons into energy sustains him before he begins to get tired.
So, hang on, he's basically Superman.
Yeah.
But are we thinking? What are we talking kryptonite here? What's going on?
He
doesn't have one.
We'll get to that. We'll get to it's not great, I will say.
His weakness is throwing things, just at like an emotional level.
His weakness is signage that say no throwing things.
His weakness is decapitating people that don't want to be decapitated.
So he has superhuman durability as well. He can survive from minus 455 to 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit without issue. He can withstand high caliber naval gunfire, falls from tremendous heights as well. As said, he has withstood direct blows from the Hulk and was able to survive in the void of a destroyed universe.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He doesn't require air, food or water to survive, as long as he can absorb solar energy. And his reflexes and agility are highly enhanced, is the way we'll describe it.
How is he not like a big deal?
It's the Superman problem on steroids, I think, because they really don't know how to write him.
Because he has literally no weaknesses.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a few, I'll get to them. But there's still some more powers to get through.
For God's sake.
He does have a run of his own called Hyperion that's really good, but then he just kind of pops up randomly. He has X-ray vision, telescopic vision, he can see the electromagnetic spectrum, and he has microscopic vision. So he'll be at a crime scene and he can see DNA and compare it on the fly.
Yes. Like a Batman, as I described at the start.
The very same. You figured it out, Conor.
I figured it out. I was a bit more subtle in my figuring out, but I figured it out.
So he has enhanced hearing. He has, as we've mentioned a couple of times, atomic vision. So he can generate heat of up to 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Proven to be able to kill someone as resilient as Namor. And he has a regenerative healing factor. It's mostly powered by the sun, so he needs to absorb sunlight to properly heal. And his aging is slowed. It's also debated whether he has stopped aging altogether. He is immune to the effects of all known earthly diseases, infections, toxins, chemical poisoning, corrosives, and radiation exposure. He has hyper-intelligence, interpreting DNA code at a glance. And he stores his memories in light, so he has instant memory recall.
Fuck off. Okay.
He has had some hand-to-hand training. However, the sheer scope of his attributes make him a highly formidable combatant.
Why the fuck would he need hand-to-hand combat?
Why would he ever need to throw a punch?
Do you know what? They gave him intelligence because Superman's not... Like, Superman is smart.
Superman is clever.
Superman is clever, but Superman's like normal human level clever. And that's why it works. Because if he was Batman level clever, what's the point?
Exactly. And so Hyperion just kind of has it all.
Jesus.
On to weaknesses.
Okay, here we go. This has to be a long list because that list was too long.
If Hyperion is cut off from the source of his strength, the sun, his strength and abilities gradually weaken, making him vulnerable. Iron Man has used in the past dark radiation to counteract Hyperion's photon ability. So he basically coated Hyperion in dark radiation so he couldn't absorb light.
Okay, but who's carrying around dark radiation with them?
Tony Stark, I guess.
Tony Stark, probably.
Yeah. He also is very vulnerable to magic, same as Superman. And Hyperion's skin is vulnerable to vibranium.
Interesting.
So it is possible. Yeah.
He heals super quick.
He does heal super quick.
So you can cut him, but he'll just heal back up.
That's true, but like if you cut all of his arms and legs off, that's going to take a while to get back together.
Yes.
And Marvel 1 to 7 rating system.
Here we go.
Intelligence of 5, strength of 6, speed of 5, durability of 7, energy projection of 4, and fighting skills of 4.
That might be the highest we've ever done.
I think it's the most across the board broken one.
We normally get like a 7 and then a 2.
Yeah, there's usually a big difference to balance out having a 7. But he's just kind of solid across the board. He's also just very, very sad. So that's also maybe a weakness. Did they make Zack Snyder's Superman? I think they did, actually. Who's just good at everything. But
yeah, he's a god, but he's just sad about the whole thing.
He's his own worst enemy, you know?
Yeah, man, nobody likes him.
there is a run of comics where he becomes like best friends with Thor, and they just drink and fight together all the time.
You know what? I think that might be a good partnership, because Thor would bring out something good in him.
Exactly, yeah, or something bad in him, depending. But that is my report on Hyperion, Marvel Superman. Conor.
I did not know anything of Hyperion, and now upon learning about him, I'm just like, they took all of the problems that DC have with Superman and made it harder for themselves, which is a brave move.
Yeah, and that's why I think he's hard to write.
Oh, like, any character that's that powerful is incredibly hard to write. The thing about Superman, why it works, is because he's got the Captain America thing. Like, we always do the right thing, no matter what.
Exactly, yeah. He's got his own morals, but like clearly this guy
can kill anyone. He doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly. And like, he's basically the Sentry, but without the dark half of the Sentry.
Oh, good. That's pretty good.
So, yeah, pretty useful, I would say.
They can't throw him into the Avengers because he's ultimately just too powerful. Like, what?
He could replace all the events. It'd be like Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know, where Superman comes in at the end and is just like, I can do all of this.
Why are you all here? Honestly, Flash, I'm just as fast as you. Wonder Woman, I'm just as strong. I'll be honest with you, lads. I'll go home. I've got this.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think... I don't want to reduce him to just being Marvel Superman, but he's basically Marvel Superman. It's
a very good report, though. Very interesting to hear about a different version of Superman. I like the bit when he becomes the trucker and starts travelling. Reminded me of Wolverine in X-Men 1.
Yeah, where he's just like, I'm done with society. I'm just going to be by myself for a while.
Yeah. Do you want me to take us out, Shaun?
Yes, please, Conor.
If you liked what you heard here, you can listen to any of the other Hero Zero episodes we've done. We've done hundreds of DC and Marvel characters, so I'm sure there's one character that you're more interested in learning a bit about. They're all up on our website, which is heresforhire.ie. So just go on there, go into the search box, search for literally any character in comic books. We've probably done a report on them.
Probably have.
And if we haven't, we'll get around to them. But all the episodes are up there. Heresforhire.ie. The link is down below. We have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. You can head on over there. We've got loads of extra content, extra movie reviews. We've reviewed all the Disney Plus Marvel shows over there if you want to hear our reviews of them. Basically just like good 90-minute reviews of just individual movies.
Yeah, just solid chunks of two lads chatting about old films.
Chatting about movies. And yeah, it's normally just older movies to see if they still hold up. We also have a Twitter, which is @HeroesForHirePod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook, we have a Facebook group, which is Detective Divilment's discussion group. You can go on over there. There's lots of chat going on there. Just a bunch of listeners commenting funny things. It always makes you smile.
Absolutely killing us in terms of comedy.
Just legends.
Far funnier than we'll ever be.
Just legends. And it's annoying me now, Shaun, to be honest with you. I'm getting nervous.
Frankly, I've shut down the group,
I'm closing it. I've blocked everyone. We're on that, and we are on Instagram as well. It's just Heroes for Hire Podcast. TikTok is Heroes for Hire Podcast. They're all the exact same. You kind of get the gist at this point. Most importantly, though, you can just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
So I have been Ciara Lawler.
I have been Shaun.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.